Good morning from Abu Dhabi. We have two things going on here this morning that you definitely don't expect to get in the Middle East. One, I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely feel the light drizzle and there is a breeze. So I'm going to be working with the natural elements today as we move through breath and body together. Let's just start out with a comfortable cross-legged position. One hand on the shin, one hand on the foot. Take a deep breath in and then open up your mouth, let your breath go. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. So this time let's pull forward with our sternum on an inhale. And then as we exhale, tip into the back of our sits bones, rounding the spine. Once again, pull forward. Use the strength of the arms to draw your chest through. And then as you exhale, separate your shoulder blades. Do that one more time with me. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, round. Take a deep breath and reach both arms all the way up to goalpost. As you exhale, settle that left hand down, tip over and look. On an inhale, come right back through center. Switch sides, exhale over. We'll do that a few more times, really paying attention to the weight in the opposite hip bone. So right now, the right hip bone is getting steady on you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, your right hand goes down, your left hand, or your left hip settles down. And inhale, come back through. Deep breath in all the way up, and then exhale, round down. Gather your legs, close the knees in, and then switch positionings. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, set your hands down. This time, let's swirl our spine around. Just thinking of our rib cage as almost as if it were inside of a barrel. So feel that dimension, 360 degrees that you're creating. Let's switch directions now. Inhale forward and exhale back. Two more. And we're breathing in through the nose, ideally, and out through the mouth. Holding here on an inhale, reach up. The rain feels so good. We'll exhale over to your right, maybe getting a little deeper this time. Inhale back through center, and exhale, take it over. So grateful to be able to move the body today. So many other things that we could have chosen to do, but right now we're on the mat and we are moving and breathing together. So let's really dive into this next inhale. And exhale, let it go. As you'll see, I have a ball right here with me. We will be using that for a few of these exercises. This morning's video will be short, just a nice little quick warm up and movement pattern for the day. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let's gather our legs, and then we're gonna quarter turn on the mat lengthwise. Let's place that ball in, in between the knees. I'm back. Feet will be hip width distance apart. Nice squeeze on the ball. We'll take a nice grab behind the thighs, use the strength of our biceps. Inhale, pull forward. And then as we exhale, scoop down through the lower abdominal region. Inhale, come back up on top of those sits bones. And then exhale, scoop through, starting to create a C curve. One more time, inhale. And then exhale. This time we're going to lower all the way down onto the mat. You can use those arms to assist as you lower down. I'm going to scooch myself so that my head rests on the mat, especially since it's raining. From here, hip bones and rib cage, we're just going to play around with the positioning. Gosh, that rain does feel so good. Birds flying by. Definitely not what I expected to come up here for this morning. All right, we're going to keep those hips settled right here and give a nice squeeze on the ball. Take a deep breath in to prepare, and as you exhale, tip the pelvis slightly and just peel each vertebra off the mat one at a time. At the top, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, melting down from high to low, feel the ribs settle down onto the mat, and then soften the tush. Let your hips rock back and forth a few times just to loosen them up. And then we'll come right back to that neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze the ball imprint, so soften that low back down by engaging the pelvic floor and wrapping the transverse abdominis. Peel the spine up one bone at a time. At the top, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, soften the bones down. Feels so good to move. Let's now move into a table pose. So we'll take those shins up to 90 degrees. The toes are plantar flexed. Toes are reaching out. Take a nice deep breath in. Grab a hold of the ball, holding right here, or maybe even placing it behind the head, whatever's most comfortable for you. But we're gonna start out just one at a time, opening and closing through the hip. We exhale to pull up. Inhale to open, and exhale to pull up. I love using the ball as support for my neck and head. Exhale to pull. Now you'll notice that we're only coming back from 90 degrees. Oftentimes, if I'm not thinking too much, I'll bring the knees in. But we really want to just pretend like we're tapping the water of a bathtub, trying to see if it's the right temperature to get in. If we're comfortable with that, we stay here. If we're interested in increasing the intensity on that, we can try to move both legs at the same time. But you'll notice that you only want to go down as far as you can maintain pelvic stability. Meaning if you feel that space on the low back peel off the mat too far, let's just come right back either to a shorter range of motion or single leg dipping into the bathtub. One more like that. Inhale to open up, pulling up on that pelvic floor, and exhale, drawing in. Very nice. Keeping the legs here. Simply reach one leg all the way out on a diagonal at about 45 degrees, really strong, like a rod, like a lightning bolt. And then we'll slowly switch. So these moves this morning are all about control. It's not about speed. It's about control. Can we maintain the pelvic stability? Are we tipping our hips back and forth? Ideally, no. The gaze is very soft through the face. Once you're comfortable with this movement and maintaining that stability through the shoulders, through the pelvis, you can start to pick up the pace if you'd like. And not forgetting to breathe, remember that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Are you smiling along with me? 3, 2, and 1. From here, feel free to grab a hold of the ball with your hands. But remember, your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds, so let it rest comfortably on the ball. Let's offer ourselves the opportunity to rotate and reach. And then come back through center. Rotate, reach. Come back through center. Now you'll notice that my shoulder blades are staying pretty low to the mat. That's because my neck is feeling kind of funny today. If you feel like you have the stability and the desire, you can always lift up a little higher by curling the upper abs in and keeping the shoulder blades off the mat the entire time. And then when you're comfortable, pick up the pace for 8, 7, 6. That's it. 3 more. 2, and 1. And relax. Set the feet down, grab a hold of the ball, rest the head. Right now, a hip roll will feel so good. So peel the spine up. Maybe take a hold of the arms like you're holding a beach ball. Squeeze the tush and just give me some glute lifts for 8, 7. Notice I'm dropping the hips down. 6. As soon as it touches the ground, it comes right back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it right here. Make sure that you feel secure on your shoulders. They're outside of your ears. No snugging up, getting in the way of those earrings. Transfer the weight into your left foot. Keep a squeeze on the ball and just see if you can extend one leg out. Take a deep breath in here and then exhale, replace the leg. As you transfer the weight, try not to disrupt the placement of the hips. Plant the weight into the right foot and simply extend from the back of the left leg. You should really be feeling this in the supporting leg. Inhale. And then exhale, lower it down. Good. The camera's a little wobbly, you'll see. That's because there's wind right here. Oh, such amazing climate situation here. Rain and wind on this beautiful morning in Abu Dhabi. Last time on the left, reach. If it's too much to have the arms up, obviously you can always press down through the ground. Reaching the feet down, take a deep breath in, open the chest, reach the arms overhead. And then exhale, squeeze the ball as you soften down. Inhale, and then exhale, let's draw those knees in. Very nice. We're gonna place the ball inside the ankles and maybe slide the thumbs under the tush for a little bit of support. If the backs of the legs are tight, keep a slight bend. If not, feel free to extend the legs as long as you can maintain control and stability. Take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we'll lower just to our degree. Feel those ribs staying snug on the mat. Pause, and exhale, lift the ball. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale to open up, and exhale. So the squeeze originates from the inner thigh. All right, it's not just at the ankle, it's the entire inseam. So think about your pants. The entire inseam of the pants is squeezing in towards itself. Good. From here, we're just gonna do little circles. And again, we don't wanna think about the ankles doing the movement, not even the knees. The hips, the abs, pull those abs up and in and around and through, up, in, around and through. Switch directions for 5. Very nice. 4, 3, 2 more, and 1. Replace the bend in the knee. Let's come into that bridge, peel the hips up, give a release for our abdominals, and then exhale, settle down. Let's come over onto our stomachs into a high plank pose. We'll start out in table and figure out the level that makes the most sense for us. Let me adjust this for a moment. Sorry, it said that we were running low on battery. All right, give a nice squeeze here of the ball. Fingertips are about like starfish. Think of them like starfish. And the knees are underneath the hips. The wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. And your spine is nice, long, and neutral. From here, just walk those knees underneath the hip bones, curl the toes, and without disrupting the position of the spine, simply hover the knees. We're gonna see how that feels. Almost as though you could slide your daily mail through. Not a phone book, but just some mail. And then soften them down. How did that feel? Do you feel like you could take that up a notch? If so, we will. So from here, let's hover those knees. Yes? All right, we're just gonna hold and pull the ball forward and push the heels back. Pull the knees forward and push the heels back for 4 and 3. Waking up those ankles again. 2, push through, last 1. All right, from here, we're gonna lift our tushies high in the air, press the heels back, maybe walk the hands forward if need be for a little down dog. You're in an upside down V here. Let one knee bend at a time if you need or want to feel a release in the hamstrings. And then we'll ripple the spine all the way up and over into our high plank pose. So now we're coming into a long line from heels to the crown of the head. Fingertips are spread out and we're pressing through the palms of our pads, of our hands, our thumbs, our fingers. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Anytime you need a release, feel free to come right back into that down dog for a stretch. Otherwise, let's stay in that high plank pose just for another moment. Wonderful. From here, we're gonna take it to a side forearm plank. So we'll come down first onto your left forearm and then pivot. The ball is going to roll in between the heels and the toes, and the hand is going to come onto the hip. You have to stay engaged from the inside of the thigh in order to maintain control of that ball. If you let it go, the ball rolls away. Reach the arm up, come back through center. Forearm plank now with both forearms. Lift the hips up for a little stretch, and then come back through. We're gonna soften our hips down to take a stretch before we go on to the other side. Squeeze the ball in, grab a hold, and get a side stretch. Little mermaid. Good, now try to do this without using your hands touching the ball. Just a little squeeze. I don't know if I can do it. We're gonna transfer the weight of our body in the other direction and set ourselves up for a side plank here. On our forearms, top leg, this is a little bit more challenging than I thought. Top leg in front, squeeze those inner thighs, Coming up into our forearm plank. Oh, can you hear the raindrops? It's making the camera wobbly a little bit. One more breath. And then come back through forearm plank, squeeze the ball into those heels, and see about walking the toes up this time towards the nose, coming into a little bit of a dolphin. Now bend the knees, set them down, lower down. I think I might have to call this one a little early because of the rain. It's coming down quite a bit now. So let's finish up with a little stretch here. Extend your your left leg out. Take a deep breath in. We'll rotate, exhale, and hinge over. Glide the arms around and up, and then grab a hold of that leg for a little spinal twist. Draw your left leg in, reach your right leg out, take a deep breath in. We'll rotate the spine and hinge over that leg. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up and around, grab a hold of the knee, pull it in, and exhale, twist to your left. Lengthen out both legs to the degree that you're comfortable. You can always have a little bend in the knee, reach the arms up. We'll exhale, roll it over, a nice side stretch, staying heavy in that right sit bone. Inhale, come back up. It's so bright, and it's rainy, and it's windy. Now let's exhale, just hinge forward. Relax to whatever degree makes sense. Everybody is going to look different in this one. It's not about just folding forward. It's about lengthening out of the hips and then hinging to your degree. We'll slowly roll the spine up. Hook your hands underneath the knees. Tip into the back of your sits bones. Cross your legs just like we started. Find that swirl once again. And then switch the swirl. From here, take a nice deep breath in. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Let the raindrops land on your face if you're outside like me and it's raining. Exhale, pull the hands down through center. One more time, inhale, reach up. Let's side bend. See how it feels compared to when we started just a few minutes ago. Come back through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, back through center. Let's close it down. Exhale, round that spine. Now, like you're opening the curtains on the rest of your day. Inhale, open up, and exhale, open up. Thank you so much for joining me for these few minutes here on the mat in Abu Dhabi. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.